Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Yes.
What a truly spectacular night for baseball in Kansas City, Missouri. It's the Tuesday game of the week presented by Corona. This is our playa as the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the Yankees against the Royals in the middle game of a 3-game set. Hey everybody, Ryan Rucco alongside David Cohn. So happy to be with you this Tuesday evening for Yankees baseball on Yes. Yankees picked up a big win yesterday in the late innings after a walk-off win on Sunday and an interesting pitching matchup tonight. Let's get right to it now as we take a look at the Home Depot working on a win pitching matchup. For Kansas City, they're going to have a bullpen day. It starts with Bailey Falter, who's really struggled against the Yankees in his career. Meanwhile, for the Yankees, they turn to Cam Schlittler, who right now might be the favorite for the American League Cy Young Award.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at all the numbers, he's at or near the top in so many different categories that you have to consider him as one of the very best pitchers in the American League. And for me, the Cy Young Award sort of in the second half of the season, he needs a big finish. But how about starting the All-Star game? If I'm thinking about right now a short list to start the All-Star game, this guy is on that list. And if you're not ready to hit in the box against this guy, you're up a creek in today's game.
Cooking up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. How about Yankees' all-time best ERA through the first 11 starts of the season? Cam Schlittler's second all-time here in 2026, trailing only Max Fried last season. Well, coming up, the Yankees have come through in the clutch the last 2 days. Our Justin Shackle chats with Aaron Boone about those key at-bats next here on Yes.
Welcome back to Yankees baseball on Yes. We are getting set for first pitch as the Yankees and the Royals play game 2 of their 3-game set at Kauffman Stadium. Hey everybody, it's Justin Shackle. The Yankees are coming off back-to-back wins in which they scored the game-winning runs in the 9th inning. So a pair of low-scoring, close wins, but also 2 victories that rewarded the faith of the hitting approach for Aaron Boone's team as runs have been hard to come by lately.
Yeah, I mean, those are big game-on-the-line situations that it's, always good as a player, I think, to be in those spots, so you become more familiar with them. When you're grinding through a game or grinding through a big at bat, those are things that add to your experience and hopefully serve you well when you get in, tough moments as the season unfolds and hopefully even late in the year.
Now the challenge in front of the Yankees offense is how to navigate a bullpen game as the Royals will be using an opener here in the middle game of this series. We'll see how they do against the opener lefty Bailey Falter when we come back. Ryan Rucco and David Cohn have the first pitch from KC on Yes and the Gotham Sports app.
Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Live on New York. Life, pass it on. By Sage, proud accounting software provider of the New York Yankees. And by Nissan. Hop into a Nissan Rogue and hit the road to adventure. Shop NissanUSA.com. How about these billboards getting you ready? New York and Kansas City. Got some big-time stars across the board, across genres there, Coney.
Big-time rivalry for a long time back in the 70s, early 80s.
I'm taking T. Swift and Travis. I know Chalamet and Kylie are happy about the Knicks, but let's take a look at the Yankees starting lineup. You got Grisham, Judge, Bellinger, Goldschmidt, Rice batting 5th tonight. Ahmed Rosario, Chisholm, Anthony Volpe, who had the big hit yesterday, and then Austin Wells rounding out the Yankee lineup.
And going to face this lefty, Bailey Falter, on the year. He's going to be kind of an opener strategy. He's bounced back and forth between the bullpen and starting. And started out his career in Philly, a little bit of time in Pittsburgh, came over here last year. And let's tell you a little bit more in our Nissan pitcher scouting report. And the Gambler, well, really, this whole strategy is about the gambler, knowing when to hold him and fold him, both on his side and the manager's side, and shake it off. His last start as an opener, 7 of the first 14 runners reached base. It did not go so well, and the heat is on. This Yankee lineup is going to put some heat on him.
How about we had Taylor Swift in the billboards, and then you got Shake It Off there. Very nice, Coney. Trent Grisham to lead off, and Grisham laces that to center, and that's history right there, because that's the first time that Falter has ever recorded an out when facing Grisham, who had been 5 for 5 with 3 home runs in his career against Falter prior to that. Take a look at the defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Lane Thomas, Kyle Isbell, Gaglione in the outfield, Garcia and Witt on the left side, and Lofton and Pasquantino on the right side, with the legend Perez behind the plate. On the backhand with 2 pitches, 2 outs here to begin the first. Take a look at the umpire scouting report, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. McMorley behind the plate. Pitcher friendly, 10th MLB season. Yankees took this approach yesterday too, swinging early in the count, early in the game against Kansas City. Couple of balls hit hard, but right at people, and 2 outs. And now Bellinger just going to take there and takes a strike. Bellinger homered yesterday, his first homer on the road this season. And he has his second homer on the road this season. Goodbye! Laced out to right, and it's 1-0 Yankees.
You called it, Ryan. I mean, off the bat, you just kind of knew. Was it high enough? You knew it was hard enough because it had that sound. You were confident right away. You knew. I'm impressed. This is a big ballpark. And, yeah, that ball jumped out of here.
I was going to have to wear it if it hit the top of the wall.
To the pull side, as Bellinger does so well. Get the ball in the air to the pull side.
He's so good against lefties too. You know, best OPS, best batting average, best on base percentage of any left-handed hitter in the majors against left-handed pitching since the start of last season. Speaking of feasting on lefties, Goldschmidt takes down 2-1.
The thing that Bellinger does so well is just so aggressive. First pitch he sees it's a good ball to hit, he's swinging it. He never lets it go by. That aggressiveness really serves him well, lefty on lefty.
We talk about this. We've talked about it last year and some this season, David. But Bellinger's the kind of guy, you always knew he was a great player, but watching him every day, the appreciation for him just grows and grows. As Goldschmidt whips that fair into the left field corner. Goldschmidt gonna jog his way to second, and he is there with a 2-out double.
Goldschmidt came into this game with 11 extra base hits, 6 doubles, 5 homers, well over 800 OPS. He's done his job in getting more at bats lately. With obviously Giancarlo down, he has been really Johnny on the spot for the Yankees early in the year here.
So a 2-out double after a 2-out homer from Bellinger, and here is Ben Rice. And he takes a strike. David gave you some of the struggle numbers for Falter. 2 career outings against the Yankees, and ERA over 14 entering tonight. And Rice laces that to right field, but it hangs up barely for Caglione to end the inning. But not before the Yankees get on the board. Cody Bellinger with a rocket out to right. He's liking it here in KC. And so are the Yankees. It's 1-0 Bombers after a half inning. Now we're going to hang here for a moment. I think there's a chance this ball actually hit the ground before it was caught. And it looks like it might be challenged.
New York is challenged with the call of catch on the field.
Caglione came at it very casually, and it looked a little iffy, but everybody kind of ran off except for Ben Rice, who hung tight there at first.
It was absolutely smoked off of Rice's bat, 107 miles an hour. Caglione got kind of frozen on it and then came in at the last minute. We're getting another look on the big scoreboard. Boy, that's close. Snow cone. It looks like it might be touching the ground.
Yeah.
Even though he pulls it up. But when he had it on the ground, the ball was touching the ground. We'll get another look right here.
Now it's in the glove, but then that's tight. Can't tell if he has control then when the ball touches the ground after it had been in the glove.
Yeah, the ball's half in his glove and half touching the ground before he secured it and brought it up. So the fact that it's touching the ground there makes me think this has a chance to be overturned.
You also wonder if with it being that tight, would they revert to what the call was on the field? Yeah, right there. I'm not sure if he had control when it hits the ground there, David.
But clearly the ball hit the ground while it was half in his glove. So that's the determining factor for the umpires back in New York. Did the ground help him secure it?
Ron Coppola and Alan Porter are replay umps today.
So are you 0 for 1 of the day, or are you 1 for 1 with an RBI?
Yeah.
Big difference.
Yes.
After review, the call on the field is overturned for no change. We have a run score. Batter runner to first. New York will retain their challenge.
How about that? An RBI single for Ben Rice. Paul Goldschmidt scores. And yeah, that ball is not secured when it hits the ground there from Caglione. Goldschmidt busting it. And they are giving him home plate on that. And Aaron Boone says, oh yeah, baby. That's a good one.
1 for 1 with a ribby if you're Ben Rice.
And 1 for 1 with a ribby if you're Brett Weber as well. Man suggesting the Yankees challenge that as Rosario lifts that in the air to left and deep. Thomas back, looking up, and that is long gone. The Yankees take advantage of the extra out. A 4 spot in the first with Rosario's 2-run homer capping it.
That's what you call making it hurt. Gets a curveball right in his wheelhouse and gets it up in the air. By the time it lands, it's about 420 feet away from where it started.
Giving Cam Schlittler a lot to work with here.
Everybody got wet.
Yeah, I think it did. Now Chisholm rocks that to right. Gaglione is going to catch that one. Every single Yankee hit a rocket. Some found gloves, some found water. The Yankees find themselves up 4-0 after a half inning. The Yankees put up 4 two-out runs in the first. Take a 4-0 lead into the bottom of the first. Take a look at the Royals starting lineup. Bobby Witt Jr., a genuine superstar, has been hot of late in that second spot. Salvador Perez, the Royals legend, hits cleanup. Carter Jensen was one of the top prospects in baseball going into this season. Hits fifth. You see Kyle Isbell rounding out that Royals starting lineup.
And Cam Schlittler's going to toe the slab here at the K for the 12th time this year. The numbers just jump off the board at you. There's a lot to like right there in those numbers. And let's tell you a little bit more in our Nissan pitcher scout report. And yeah, he's a hard one to handle, no doubt. Partly because he is a master of puppets, and that's really that three-headed fastball. He's a puppet master. Is it cut? Does it sink? Does it ride? And he's clearly in sicko mode right now.
Faces Garcia to lead things off. Dropping a little Travis Scott reference there.
Drake, yeah, that too. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, the way he's pitching right now, it's sick. It's kind of sick to watch him pitch.
Asked Aaron Boone before the game, what do you love about Cam Schlittler besides the stuff? And he thought about it for a minute or two, and he said, I really like his competitiveness, that he wants to rip your heart out, but then he also has this even-keeled, laid-back approach as well. Kind of has this perfect balance of fierce competitor, but easy to talk to, takes feedback, always adjusting, always tweaking.
I think it's just how fearless he is on the mound, the way he attacks the strike zone. This is his best trait. Easier to attack when you have that kind of stuff that he's featuring, but nonetheless, he's taking it to a next level.
69% of his pitches this season have been thrown for strikes, which leads all major league qualifiers. Two on Garcia. Fought off in a shallow center. Grisham drifts and catches. One down. Let's take a look at the defense brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. And our Car Shield defensive player profile, Paul Goldschmidt at first base. 2 outs above average this season, tied for 6th among Major League first basemen. You said it, Coney, with stand down. Goldschmidt's just become an everyday player now instead of matchup against lefties, and the Yankees have needed him. As Witt takes a strike. Young talent on the mound, young talent in the box. The 0-1.
I think if you made a short list of best players in the game, top 5, top 10, Bobby Witt's on that list. Top 5, definitely. All-around ball player. I mean, defensively, he's maybe the best in the game right now, defensively going. Base running, speed, power.
It's tied up there on a cutter from Cam.
Talk about a franchise player, and he's signed long-term for the Royals. That's a tremendous asset to have a guy like this locked up.
The 1-2. That is ripped to left, hangs up for Bellinger, which just hit so hard. 2 down.
times you see left fielders freeze or break back on this. Look at Bellinger's read, no problem. I mean, that ball was smoked right at him. Those are the hardest ones to kind of judge. He's got that it factor with defense. He just kind of reads things. It's innate for him.
Pasquantino grounds one through, the little shift on the left side. And a base hit for Vinny Pasquantino, who had been just 6 for 36 over his last 10 games.
Well, the Royals desperately need Pasquantino to be Pasquantino because he is a run producer. He's got power. They need to get him going because he's the power producer in the middle of this order.
By the way, David, you want to guess the exit velo on the Witt line drive to left?
110?
111.
Yeah.
Expected batting average 910. Got it out as it was right at Bellinger. Here's Perez. Perez swinging first pitch, fouls it back. Perez now 136 home runs here in Kauffman, which has tied George Brett for the most in stadium history. Pasquantino leads off first. And that one just misses. 2-1. Wells thought it might have been in there, but decided not to challenge.
He's been pretty good at that. That was just a little bit low, so good choice by Wells not to challenge.
Grounded hard on the backhand. Volpe across his body in time. Nice play from the Yankees shortstop for the final out of the bottom of the first. Let's check out one of today's player props, brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. Already been a real eventful night here at Kauffman.
Action-packed offensively and then defensively. How about this? I thought maybe he'd go to second, but he goes all the way over. With Big Salvi running, had plenty of time. Well done.
Really nice play from Volpe, who, look, he has played his way into playing time with how he's performed since coming up after the injury to Caballero. He's been noticeably more patient at the plate. Played well in the infield, and Aaron Boone has talked about both him and Caballero both getting time. Volpe the big two-run single yesterday in the ninth to give the Yankees the lead.
I thought I read something. It was Volpe's first hit in the ninth inning or later that was a game winner for the Yankees in his career. Such a big moment to come through for him right there. Yankees hold on for the win. A big come from behind win. Tough one for the Royals, big one for the Yankees.
One of the things Aaron Boone was talking about last night was, said he may not have liked going down. He may not have even thought it was fair. But he said Anthony Volpe is a dog. He's a grinder. And he has just put his head down and gone to work. Volpe charges that into left center field indeed. Is Bell going to watch it fly? Anthony Volpe with his first home run of the season. And the Yankees keep pouring it on Falter. Well, if you took the Bet365, you're feeling good right now. 409 feet later. Austin Wells tried to get into that one. Sky high pop up in the infield. One down.
It's a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. It's a 103-mile-an-hour bolt off the bat. It's just a matter of where it's going to land in the front row.
Good news keeps coming for Anthony Volpe. Grisham grounds it, throw into center field. He is now 6 for 7 in his career against Falter.
Looks like what was originally going to be a bullpen game is turning into a wearing game for Bailey Falters. Nobody's warming up right now. Got one out in the second inning here and 5 runs on the board.
Just a tough name for a pitcher. Falter. Judge grounds one through into left field, a base hit. The Yankees with 7 hits already tonight. They have first and second, one out here in the second.
Again, first pitch swinging, little cut fastball slider coming in on him, and he just cuts him off at the pass. Finds a hole on the left side.
Here's Bellinger, ripped a home run to right his first time up. Takes a curveball for a dangerous spot. 0-1. Strong numbers for Bellinger on the season. Yankees a 5-0 second inning lead. Bellinger golfs that deep down the right field line, foul. The 0-2. Popped up. Left side. Garcia in foul ground. 2 down. Now you got some action going in the Royals pen. Avila throwing. Goldschmidt doubled his first time up. Grounds one up the middle on the backhand. Lofton across his body will end the inning. The Yankees tack on another run courtesy of Anthony Volpe. He's back up here and he is performing. This is first long ball of 26. And it gives the Yankees a 5-0 lead.
Welcome back to Kauffman Stadium. The Yankees in the lead. The offense clicking, and we just saw Anthony Volpe go yard, and it carries over an impressive afternoon he had yesterday, getting the game-winning hit with a 2-run single in the 9th inning. He said, I just wanted to come through there for my teammates. He has been grinding. Aaron Boone acknowledged that he's been grinding. That's all he said he wanted to do when he was working and grinding to come back. He said, you do it for this, meaning everybody in the clubhouse, where they absolutely do everything they can do to come through and help the team win. He said, I just feel like I'm one of the guys. Everyone pushes me the same way. I hope to push everyone else to do the exact same thing. So obviously an eventful season for him so far in his young career. Aaron Boone said between he and Jose Caballero and all the talk surrounding those two players being on the same roster with the player profile on the same roster, Aaron said, I trust in both of those guys and who they are and their makeup and their toughness, that it doesn't have to be one way or another in one game. They're both in the middle of helping us win, and that's what happened yesterday.
Good stuff, Shaq. I know also you were talking to a lot of people who are still buzzing about that play that Cody Bellinger made on Sunday at the stadium when he got the out at third before the run scored and helped preserve a 0-0 game before the Judge walk-off.
You know what's funny, Ryan? This afternoon, about an hour before batting practice, Aaron Boone and Louis Rojas were the only two in the Yankees dugout. And I went over to Aaron and I said, hey, do you have a few minutes? I want to ask you about that play. He goes, that's funny. Louis and I are just talking about it again. They haven't stopped talking about that play, and what made it so good is that Aaron said it was such an instinctive play from Bellinger and Ryan McMahon. He said two great defensive players for Bellinger to lift his head, field that ball, know to throw to third base as Goldschmidt takes care of that out. Also for Ryan McMahon to abandon the cutoff spot right there. As you take a look back at the play we're talking about in the 8th inning, watch McMahon, left side of your screen. He's going to the cutoff spot, then repositions himself, goes to third. So there was a lot of moving parts that has to make that play a success. And that out at third, it offsets the run trying to score. Right there, it kept the game scoreless. So Aaron Boone acknowledged the players. He also said that play starts with Louis Rojas telling Bellinger to play in. And he talked with Rojas. He said that starts with Engel Grabner, the Yankees director of quantitative analysis, encouraging the coaches to be more aggressive in certain situations, just like that. So there's the connective tissue of an entire organization on one single play. Right?
Really good stuff, Shaq. Love that from David Grabner to Louis Rojas to Bellinger and McMahon, and it comes up with one singular out that makes a huge difference in a win. As Thomas able to just sneak that one past Rosario for a double.
Yeah, they're all great points to show exactly what goes into a Major League Baseball team, and top to bottom, operations, behind the scenes. Just have one question. No Shacky today? Just Shaq? What happened to Shacky?
No. I'll work in a Shacky or two here or there. Shacky and I got some breakfast earlier today, went for a nice walk. Caglione takes a strike, 0-1. Got my barbecue in today too, Coney.
Gotta have it here.
Yeah. Oh, and 2.
I remember watching Caglione pitch in Florida. He was the #1 pick of the Royals. Tremendous two-way player. Had a fastball upward in the upper 90s in college as a pitcher.
And he has said, yes, I do miss pitching.
Yeah, I understand. I get it. You know, there's only one Shohei Ohtani. This guy throws left-handed in the upper 90s. Yeah. I'd be tempted. Yeah. I know I'm biased because I'm a pitcher, but
Swing and a miss. First strikeout of the game for Cam. The MLB is partnering with Crisis Text Line to increase mental health awareness. Free 24/7 confidential support in English and Spanish. Text MLB to 741-741. Here's Nick Lofton. There's a strike from Cam, 0-1. Often on the short side of a platoon at second with Michael Massey, but getting the start tonight against the right-hander Schlittler. Former first-round pick. Two and one. It's 3-1 on Lofton. Number 9 hitter Kyle Isbell on deck. Foul down the left field line, and the count is full.
Part of the fearlessness of Cam Schlittler on the mound. 3-1 fastball, no problem. Here it is.
Here comes the 3-2. He got him. Strike 3 looking to end the second. 2 strikeouts in the frame for Cam. The Yankees leading 5-0 through 2. The Mohegan Sun team scouting report on the Kansas City Royals.
Well, the glory days, you know, they won in '85 and then 2015, and really, when you talk about save a horse and ride a cowboy, that's a shortstop. That's Bobby Witt. I mean, he is the franchise guy right there. You know, to me, don't stop till you get enough. That's for Salvi Perez. I mean, he's going to the Hall of Fame. Certainly the Royals Hall of Fame before he's done, but he's not done playing.
Yeah.
But you know what? You take a look at his numbers. It's an interesting case, you know, before he's done, where he's going to end up.
Winder Avila, the new pitcher for Kansas City in this bullpen game after the Yankees put up 5 on Falter. Falter remains in to begin this third. And he gets a strike there, 2-1. Yeah, I mean, David, you think about some of the historical context for what Perez has done. I mean, he's the 7th most home runs of any catcher in Major League history.
He has the most here in this ballpark in franchise history too. That's why I say when he's done, his number will go right up there by number 20, number 10, and number 5. And 42 for Jackie Robinson, number 20 Frank White, number 10 the late great Dick Hauser, and obviously number 5 George Brett. I think Salvi's number goes up there with those guys.
Three and 2 now on Rice.
Zach Greinke will be another one that will go up there too as a great Royals pitcher. Eventually, those are the 3 numbers in Royals franchise history. Pretty good ones too.
Yeah. Salvi, the World Series MVP back in 2015. That win over the Mets. Also has been a Roberto Clemente Award winner. Rice finds a hole. Lacing a line drive into left center. Rice taking a big turn, going to hang on. And he is on with a leadoff single. What a blast. A 420-foot home run means baseball fans score 2. Unlock your free 20-ounce Baja Blast by registering now at BajaBlastHomeRuns.com.
And that wasn't the drink.
Rosario getting another chance at Falter. And again, hitting it hard. Boy, there have just been so many hard-hit balls tonight off the bats of Yankees. Second hit of the evening for Rosario, and the Yankees set up again. First and second, nobody out.
Another look at this Lena. First time he hit a curveball up in the water fountain. This one's a little lower. Just a lousy old line drive single. You are correct, Ryan. There's a lot of good swings and a lot of loud sounds from the Yankees so far. Kansas City's going with Falter here. A little bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
The expected batting average off of Bailey Falter from the Yankees lineup collectively is .521 so far. It's based on the quality of their contact.
And Avila was ready at the end of the second. The Falter came back out here for the third. The Yankees have been just fine with that as Chisholm takes the ball. Big swing and a miss. 1-1. Aaron Boone really tried to go right, left today, knowing it was a bullpen game. Trying to make it a little more difficult for the Royals to navigate. As Chisholm's going to tap his helmet on that. ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Calls confirmed. New York has 1 challenge remaining.
Well, Jazz, this is not his forte. He's 2 for 9 in challenges.
Sort of the difference between players who are emotional and players who are objective or retain a little bit of objectivity. Jazz is very talented, very emotional player.
Two. Chases and tips it into the ground. A foul ball, and Jazz stays alive.
A heck of a call from Nick Marley back there.
Yeah.
He's all over this. That wasn't that easy. See him peek around? He saw it the whole way. Jazz knew it.
And we, thanks to our outstanding camera shots, can see that dirt clearly springing up after contact. Jazz pops that up right under our booth, David. Didn't quite make it. I was ready for you to hold my ankles and reach out there to make the play.
I lost it.
I was
you
here.
were on it.
Yeah.
It's just the sky. I lost it in the twilight.
Yeah, I get it. Two. Jazz smashes that foul. Yankees have gotten homers from Bellinger, Rosario, and Volpe. Ben Rice has a couple of hits and an RBI. Jazz smokes that. Foul. It just feels like even the foul balls are rocked off of Falter tonight.
It just doesn't feel like he's got a secondary pitch to get a swing and a miss with, to get him off guard. One hanging curveball he threw to Rosario ended up in the water fountain.
Ninth pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Chisholm hits that in the air to left center. Isbell back on the track, has room to make the catch. Rice is going to tag, go to third, ends up base running there. Rosario stays planted at first. And runners on the corners now with 1 down. And now the Royals will make the call to the bullpen. Quatrero will walk out, and the night is done for Falter. Damage still to be done for the Yankees with first and third and 1 out. Well, it's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Tonight's picture is of Christina and Tom, who both enjoyed watching Anthony Volpe hit his game-winning single yesterday. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. Avila, the new pitcher. 4 consecutive scoreless appearances for him. He steps into a jam here with first and third, 1 out. Volpe up and fouls that off. The optimum fiber, famously fast replay. How about Anthony Volpe's first time up?
First time up, first home run of the year. Coming on the heels of a game winner yesterday. Big RBI hit yesterday in yesterday's game to give the Yankees the lead. Big home run here today.
2-1 on Volpe. Volpe grounds it through into left field, a base hit. Rice will score. Second hit of the night for Volpe, and it is 6-0 Yankees.
Well, Avila features that sinker. And when he's going to throw that sinker to you down and in, you got to be ready for it and beat him to the punch. And Volpe does. Finds the gap, picks up another RBI.
Here's Austin Wells. Wells floats that into shallow right. That will get down for a base hit. Volpe nearly thrown out, though, as he read that wrong. But he gets away with it on the high throw, and the bases are loaded.
It looks like he got frozen in right field a little bit. As Wells gets beat on that cutter in. You can see right there, he breaks, he froze, he broke to the right, and then tried to come in. It was too late. And you're right about Anthony Volpe. That's a tough one to read. That looked like a very catchable ball that was misread.
Here is Grisham, bases loaded, 1 out. But the Yankees offense has needed a night like this. Even winning the last 2, they were inking it out with a couple of clutch hits at the finish. But they've already put up 6 tonight, threatening for more. 0-2 on Grisham. The 0-2 missed. 1-2. Grisham, another hit tonight. He has been catching some heat, catching some fire at the plate over the last few games. Ball starting to drop for him as he fouls that away. Having that BABIP regression to the mean that he's been seeking. You see over his last 6 games, batting .444.
Those 3 extra base hits on the year, 9 doubles, a triple, and 6 homers. 16 extra base hits. Even though his average is low, hitting some bad luck.
Now 2-2 on Grisham. Beautiful shot of Kauffman. One of the more picturesque parks in the big leagues. 2-2. Grisham stays alive. Grisham grounds it to first. Pasquantino just going to take the out there. Run will score, and it's 7-0 Yankees.
Easy RBI with the infield playing back.
Now here is Judge with second and third. 2 down. 2 runs already in here in the third. 1-0. Judge is grounded out hard to short and single tonight. Just the 33rd player in franchise history to play in 1,200 career games with the Yankees. Tonight is 1,200th.
Just haven't seen that extended hot streak that Judge is noted for the last several years, where he just goes through a spell where he's hard to get out.
Those streaks that seem to last 3 months, where he hits 400.
He's very proud of his batting average, so comes in here, even though it was 17 home runs and 9 doubles, 253, and you know he's proud of hitting 300. He wants to get back up there.
The 3-0, and Judge works a walk. Or did he?
Catcher challenge.
Sal Perez challenging it, and all right. The catchers, they're pretty good with this.
That used to automatically be called a strike. 10, 15 years ago, a 3-0 fastball was an automatic strike. Right there.
3-1. And that is ball 4. So Judge on, bases loaded, 2 out, Bellinger coming up. Bellinger fouls that straight back, 0-1.
He's always ready to hit. Bellinger in the box, first pitch, always dangerous. There's certain hitters, Ryan, you know, I would want to know that he'd spot me a strike. He'd take a strike here and there. Mike Piazza was that way. He would take a strike a lot of times. You kind of get that sense with hitters that'll spot you one here and there. I don't get that sense with Bellinger at all.
The 1-1, and it's 2-1 on Bellinger. Bellinger is homered already. Yankees with a 7-0 lead, top of the third, bases loaded, 2 out. Bellinger hits it hard and through into right field, a base hit. Volpe will score. Wells coming home. Judge gets held up, but the run does plate. It's a 2-run single for Cody Bellinger, and the Yankee lead is 9-0 through 2.5. Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. By ShopRite, we are here. By Mohegan Sun, beyond your wildest. Some of the legendary infielders through those heated rivalry years between the Yankees and the Royals.
And those 2 matchups there were big when you think about Frank White and Willie Randolph matching up, button heads, Nettles and Brett actually literally fighting on the field. So yeah, those were key matchups.
Here's Cam Schlittler back to work in Kansas City with a 9-0 lead. David, we haven't even unloaded some of our favorite Cam stats yet tonight. How about this one? Our leaders brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. Cam with the best ERA in the majors right now. But, you know, we get this unbelievable document before every game from our incredible research department.
The best.
They really are the best. They're absolutely essential to what we do at Yes. And they send us the one sheet every day, which you've heard, you know, Michael and Coney and everyone talk about throughout the years. As Goldschmidt ranges, tosses one down. Some of the Cam nuggets today, just outrageous what he's done so far. So just a couple for you. He's one of just 2 players in Major League history to have a sub 2.30 ERA and at least 150 strikeouts through his first 25 career games. He and Paul Skeens. That's it. His ERA through his first 25 career starts, as you see that nugget, it's the lowest by any Yankee ever through their first 25 career starts.
Lower than Whitey Ford?
Lower than Whitey Ford.
Lower than Herb Pennock?
Lower than Red Ruffing.
Red Ruffing?
Lower than them all.
Andy Pettitte?
Even my guy, Andrew Eugene. Lower than Guidry 78.
Louisiana Lightning?
Now, there is a Louisiana Lightning nugget that Cam's coming up on. Most consecutive starts of 3 runs or fewer allowed to begin a season in Yankees history. Ron Guidry with 15 in 78. And actually, Clark Schmidt with 15 in 2024. So far, Cam has done that his first 11.
Clark Schmidt going to be back this year? Got a chance, right?
I'd love to see him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clark's a really interesting guy to talk to.
Down the
also.
stretch, right? Get Clark Schmidt back down the stretch.
Could use his arm. Even out in the pen, right?
Absolutely.
And that's the exciting thing about the wealth of quality starters the Yankees have is if you do get them all healthy, at some point, those guys could become big-time weapons in the pen. Swing and a miss. 3 straight strikes from Schlittler, his 3rd K. 2 down. 4-time All-Star, 2-time champion, and just an incredible 1978 season.
Yeah, that 78 year is up there among the greatest years ever. You put that right there with Dwight Gooden's 1985 year that he had.
Curveball for a strike against Witt, who lined out an 111-mile-an-hour seed to left field his first time up. The 0-1. Hit in the air to right field and deep. Judge racing back, looking up, and that is gone. Bobby Witt Jr. with a very impressive piece out to right. And the Royals are on the board. It's 9-1.
This just shows you the skill set of Bobby Witt. And he can take a Cam Schlittler cutter out over the plate and shoot him the other way. That's the only way you can hit that pitch for a home run, is you hit it the other way, and that's exactly what he did.
He's had 2 impressive at-bats against Cam.
I mean, we haven't seen this done to Cam Schlittler yet this year. Well, Bobby Witt's a different caliber player, as he just showed you right there.
That's the thing about having a guy like that sign long-term here too, right? Even if the team isn't great, he is so dynamic. People will come to see Bobby Witt Jr.
There's just very few players in the game that possess the all-around skill set that he does. Defense, speed, power, leadership. Great all-around guy, too, in the community. Checks all the boxes. That 95-mile-an-hour cutter that never got to the outside corner.
One, two. 2-2. Tell the tape since 2024. Judge has been the best player in baseball, and Witt not that far behind. An absolutely destroyed bat that results in a ground out to end the third. Play FanDuel's daily dinger for free every day for a chance at a profit boost if your selected player hits a home run. And here are the featured home run odds for today's players. Top of the fourth inning, Yankees with a 9-1 lead on the Royals. Middle game of this three-game set. Paul Goldschmidt a double, has scored a run. 1 for 2, takes a strike. Yankees with 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 4 in the third. How about this, David? 8 of the 9 Yankees already have hits tonight. The only one who doesn't is Jazz Chisholm Jr., and he had a rocket his first time up. As our buddy Ken Singleton would say, he's trying to join the party. Goldschmidt goes the other way. Pasquantino had him played perfectly and will win the race, in quotes, to the bag. 1 away.
That's about as long as I've seen a first baseman cover here. I mean, watch how far. Pasquant's got a long way to go. I don't think I've ever seen one that far before. I mean, the pitcher's supposed to be there. He's like, no, I got it. I better got it. Okay, I got it.
He's about 1 step away from a lot of man colliding with a lot of man.
Covered about 40 feet.
Rice 2 for 2, a couple of singles. Grounds that to second. 2 down.
Big night for Ahmed Rosario. Big 2-run home run on a hanging curveball and a single. Scored a couple times.
Pops that one up down the right field line. Gaglione will make the catch to end the inning. Yankees finally retired without scoring. 1-2-3 they go in the fourth. Well, it is time for a little how about that?
How about that?
Salvador Perez, originally a shortstop, third baseman, moved to catcher after his scout noticed his size and arm strength. Known for spraying Victoria's Secret's perfume on his gear before games because he likes to smell good on the field. And after learning English, he watched classic sitcoms like I Love Lucy to pick up on American culture and phrasing. A little perfume on the catcher's gear. Smell good, play good.
Cologne's big in the locker rooms.
Yeah?
Big. Eduardo Perez showed me that.
Why?
It's become, almost a cultural thing among some of the Latin players especially, but really all the players now have kind of gotten into it. But yes, they all, if you go by the lockers, check out the cologne mix. Yeah,
all right.
Everybody's got cologne everywhere.
Are you a cologne guy, David?
Yeah, a little bit, yes.
Got some in my bag here, actually. If you want to try it, it's very nice. Little Dior for you.
Oh, Christian Divorce.
Yeah.
Sauvage.
Yeah.
Dior.
I was giving a little pre-broadcast spray, so I understand Salvi. Although he goes with perfume. Right back this way, right over the booth. Yeah, he also can really do that. Hit. He is on the brink of becoming the Royals' all-time leader in homers.
Look at Amos Otis on there. Famous Amos Otis.
Swing and a miss. Nasty curve from Cam. 4th strikeout.
Yeah, he's got one of these too. We haven't seen a lot of them today, but wow, is that a really well thrown, well executed pitch? There's going to come a time when he's going to throw more of those. Hitters aren't going to like it.
Well, you know, speaking of cologne, our Justin Shackle's got a little more on that.
Yeah, Ryan, it has to be something there with catchers and fragrances. And J.C. Escara said earlier in the year, maybe at the end of spring training, he has over 100 bottles in his collection, and he rotates them out at a very rapid rate, and they'll do it before he's even done with some of these bottles. So he called it an expensive habit, and again, creatures of habit. These catchers here, David. What is going on?
My gosh, over 100 bottles? Fly ball left field. Bellinger makes the catch. I mean, I wonder if JC could name all 100 he has in there.
By fragrance.
Yeah.
We'll ask him tomorrow.
We will. We got to get on it, Shaq. He nodded his head yes right there. Two away here in the bottom of the 4th. Yankees a 9-1 lead. And there's a strike. 0-1. Lane Thomas doubled.
There's a couple of old stadiums where you need some cologne in those locker rooms, that's for sure. You walk into Fenway Park, the visitors clubhouse at Fenway Park, you could almost smell Babe Ruth still. I mean, there's smells in there that just have been there. They're just there. They're not going anywhere.
Don't expect any updates or renovations for that.
No.
The 1-1. 2-1. Fouled right back here, and that one off the top of our booth.
That was a rocket. I mean, that hit right over my head before I even blinked.
That was, yeah, you didn't have a chance.
I flinched after it went over my head.
Oh, I'm just glad it was about a foot high, because we were in trouble if not. Whistled back here. Three and two on Thomas. 2 out, nobody on. The payoff. Fly ball, left field, deep. Bellinger back at the wall, makes the catch for the final out of the 4th. We go to the 5th, 9-1 Yanks. Baseball's biggest moments brought to you by Corona. This is our playa. Yeah, how about Chris Chambliss, his walk-off home run against the Royals in the ALCS 1976 Game 5 to put the Yankees into the World Series.
So what were the roles there? I mean, was there two play-by-play guys there? Was it Howard walking all over Keith? Or
That was Howard walking all over Keith.
so there was two play-by-play guys and then an analyst. Okay, okay.
That's basically how the booth was configured, yeah. Cosell was going to do what Cosell wanted to do. Chris Chambliss has a one.
Dueling banjos while the ball was in the air.
That's right. I would have loved to see booth count. That was such a huge moment for the Yankees. That was the first trip to the World Series in the Steinbrenner era. Followed it up the next 2 years by winning the World Series.
Mark Littell, the reliever in that picture, that famous shot. You know, you hear a lot about Chambliss and then the scene afterwards. Mark Littell was a big reason why the Royals were there, got that bar. It's a short reliever, threw hard, mid-90s fastball back then. And that big home run he gave up, I don't think he ever recovered from that, to tell you the truth. He was a good young pitcher up to that point. A big part of the Royals. Give up a big home run like that in that big of a spot, but that's a hard one to overcome.
I'm trying to think, David, how old were you in that?
High school. Those
Yeah.
are my high school years. Late 70s. You know,
That was a dagger for you. Then.
Yeah, absolute dagger. The Royals and Yankees met up 4 out of 5 years. Can you imagine that? 4 out of 5 years. They're banging heads.
Yeah.
The Royals finally broke through in 1980. George Brett hit that big home run off of Goose Gossage in the postseason to get them to the World Series finally.
Jazz works a walk. How about our All-State Good Hands replay? Anthony Volpe's defense earlier tonight.
Yeah, he did. I mean, Salvador Perez is running, so he knew he had time. So just get it there on one bounce. Might have had to play at second, but wasn't sure. Had to go deep in the hole. Got the job done.
He's played very well since coming back up. He's had good at bats. I mean, you see the numbers there, obviously limited sample size, but 286 with a 909 OPS. He's taken his walks tonight. 2 hits, a homer, a couple of ribbies.
He's forced his way back in. You know, he earned his way back in so far. I'm kind of anxious to see him move around, play a little second base, you know, become more versatile for the roster. It's another option for Aaron Boone against tough lefties. Now, we said before the game, obviously you've got Ahmed Rosario, who's been great filling in against lefties, but all of a sudden now you got Volpe, Caballero, and Rosario to throw in a lineup potentially. Suddenly the Yankees aren't so left-handed anymore.
Right.
They have some options.
And Volpe just providing a level of quality in his at-bats right now that the Yankees have needed towards the bottom of the order. Sustaining it the next challenge.
I'm a big believer in that you're a baseball player first. You know, for a position player, yeah, I'll play second. Yeah, I'll play third, like Caballero. I can play anywhere.
Yep.
I want to see Anthony Volpe. He's a good enough athlete to be able to do that.
Popped up, left side. Garcia. 1 down.
You know, on the other side, for a pitcher, it's the same thing. You need me to go down there and be a bullpen guy because you need us to win now. I'll do that. You know, you got to be that guy that can do multiple jobs. There'll come a time later in the year where somebody will be asked to do that. The starting pitcher will be asked to go down there. And he will play a key role, and it'll be important. When you're trying to win a championship, that's all that matters. The window is now for this team. Aaron Judge's window is now. Garrett Cole, Max Fried, now. And this team should have that one focus all year long, to get back there and get redemption. Get back to the World Series. This team has that chance. They're not a finished product right now. We don't know what the bullpen's going to look like at the end of the year, past the trade deadline, past getting reinforced by maybe one of those starters I mentioned before. We know their starting rotation is top shelf. We know Garrett Cole's back. We're going to see him tomorrow night. Their starting pitching keeps them in every game. That is the basis for any team. You have a chance to win every night because of your starting pitching.
Wells down on strikes, 2 away. First time a Yankee has struck out tonight.
That's saying something.
Yeah, that is. That has not been the calling card for the offense this season. But you're so right, David. It can't be about roles or positions. It has to be about how can I even have a marginal influence on winning, because it's time to win, and you have stars in their prime and a rotation worthy of it.
It really is a key that I've seen on winning teams. It's less about me and more about we. And it sounds like a cliche, but it really is true when everybody buys in.
Popped up. Will it make the seats? It'll make the top of the dugout. Grisham's still alive. Cole tomorrow, Schlittler tonight. Grisham watches strike 2 with a little added juice.
Well, the umpires get, they jump the gun every now and then. See, he's not happy about it. He just got rung up. And the umpire loses the count. See, he lost the count. He thinks it's strike 3, so I'm going to ring you up right here. Go sit down. Except it's only strike 2. And he tried to cover himself at the end there, right? See him put up 2 fingers? No, we got you. We saw you.
Just going to have to wear that one, Nick.
Nice playoff, though. He tried to play it right off.
Yeah, he did. Now, if there is a strike 3 now, will it be more enthusiastic or sheepish?
That's a good point. Might be a little sheepish. I don't know. Marley and Me. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Marley and Me.
Some tears in that movie. A lot of big Marleys, Bob. Jacob, if you're a fan of Scrooge.
Ziggy.
Grisham off the glove of Witt, then he kicks it into right. It'll be a single for Grisham.
Off the end of the bat and had some funny spin on it. Like Witt got fooled on that a bit. He got there in time, but it looked like it had a little snake on it. Sometimes off the end of the bat you get a zero, like low spin line drive home back.
Here is Judge, first and second, 2 out. And again, that was another example of Grisham. The batting average on balls put in play is starting to rise. Grisham starting to hit some better luck. The 0-1 to Judge. Judge drives that in the air, deep left center field. That ball is off the wall. Chisholm will score. Grisham will stop at third. It's an RBI double for Aaron Judge, and the Yankees are into double digits. It's a 10-1 game.
Well, this is just a line drive bullet right off the wall. You can see he just didn't get it high enough to get out of here. It's 107 miles off of the bat. It's hit plenty hard enough, just not high enough. A wall banger. And a stand-up double.
The Yankees have 14 hits already tonight. Yankees are 5 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Here's Bellinger. He has a homer and a 2-run single. Yankees scoring in double digits for the first time since May 4th. Most hits they've had since May 7th.
Every now and then you have one of these games where the entire lineup gets healthy. Kind of pad your stats a little bit, feel better about it. Everybody participates.
Six Yankees with multi-hit games already. Bellinger lifts that into center. Isbell will drift back and make the catch. But the Yankees add one more on Aaron Judge's RBI double.
But it's time for Name That Yankee, brought to you by Prevagen, made for your brain. A .290 career average, nearly 1,500 hits, 147 homers, a lot of years with Kansas City. A little stop in Oakland and a brief moment with the Yanks in 2016, as that's off the end of the bat into shallow center. Will dump down in front of Grisham. And a hit for Caglione to begin the 5th.
Something off speed there. Probably curveball that just stayed up and out of the plate.
Cue to the right side. Schlittler will glove it and toss to first. One down. Moving to second is Caglione. Gonna give you one more fun Cam Schlittler stat, Tony.
Bring it on.
All right. He is one of just 6 pitchers in American League history since 1913 to have an ERA of 1.50 and at least 75 strikeouts through their first 11 starts of the season. And the names that are with him are incredible. Louis Tiant, Vida Blue, Pedro, who did it twice in '99 and 2000. Zach Greinke here in '09. Justin Verlander in 18, and now Cam.
You know, when you're a legendary player, you can go by one name.
That's right.
You can go just Pedro.
He's Pedro.
Who's Pedro?
That's right.
Who are you talking about, Pedro?
It's only Martinez. Our producer Troy Benjamin giving me some guff saying, hey, you dropped the last name.
Pedro Guerrero almost killed me one night.
I remember that highlight. Schlittler gets the strikeout, his 5th. Pitching decisions presented by Sage. What are you seeing from Cam tonight, David?
More of the same. You know, I mean, his formula is very simple. He establishes his fastball early. He works off of that fastball with 2 seamers and cutters. And really, he puts the hitters on the defensive. He dictates the pace. Yeah, he's got a curveball too, because he struck out Salvi there. And the 1 home run he gave up was to Bobby Witt. I mean, it's such a sustainable formula for Cam Schlittler because he has such confidence and command of that fastball. And there's subtle nuance to that fastball that he can make a move either way. That is just enough to keep the hitters off of it and keep them confused and on the defensive constantly.
Royals 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position tonight. 0 for 10 in this series. Fly ball, right field. Judge there. Inning over. Cam through 5 strong. Yankees a 10-1 lead.
Hey everybody, Bob Lorenz with your Audi update. Rays and Orioles tonight, bottom of the 5th on a 3-0 game. Samuel Basallo of Trevor Martin. That's a 405-footer out to right center and gone. His 8th of the year. Orioles go on to win that one 6-1. The Rays have now lost 3 straight for the first time since April 19th to the 21st, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Bob. The Astros, a combined no-hitter last night. Connor Griffin, he didn't lead off tonight. Youngest Pirate to do so since 1952. And how about Mizrachi? We saw him recently. This guy is just incredible, and he has been on some tear over his last 5 starts.
We've seen relievers throw that hard.
Yeah.
Roldis Chapman in his prime. I've never seen a starter throw like that consistently in the low hundreds.
Oh, 2 on Goldschmidt, who is 1 for 3 tonight, has a double and a run scored. Cruz up in the Royals pen.
You can make a strong case that that should be the All-Star game matchup. It should be Mizrachi against Schlittler as the 2 All-Star game starting pitchers.
2 young fireballers.
You can make a strong case for both of those guys.
Youth movement when it comes to Major League pitching. How about these notable pitchers 25 and younger? Just saw you Savage link up with Schlittler. Goldschmidt skies that to right. Caglione makes the catch, 1 down. It's a big time talent right there. How about
the best part about all of those guys right there, the young pitchers, they're kind of throwback in terms of style. They pitch 3 times through the order. They pitch into the 7th inning regularly.
Yeah.
They give you a chance. That's a beauty of Cam Schlittler. Here he is. Right now his pitch count's under control, and that's the way he usually goes about it. Because he throws so many strikes that allows you to get deeper in the game. So the managers don't have to worry about 3rd time through the order tax because their pitch count's under control and their stuff's still good.
And Cam right now, just 68 pitches through 5, 46 strikes. Needed just 8 pitches to get through the 5th. You see quite a few of those guys we just saw are on that list right there with the highest miles per hour. Rice shoots one fair. 1 up off the wall inside the left field line. Ben Rice has himself a 3-hit evening.
This is the kind of hitter he is, really, line to line. We've seen him drive the ball so much better this year, but we've also seen him stay back and control the strike zone that allows him to get these kind of hits the other way down the line.
Here's Rosario with Rice at second, 1 out. And 1-0 on a Ahmed Rosario.
Just a lot of production from Rosario so far in limited time, really. 83 at-bats, 5 homers, 3 doubles and a triple.
It's another really strong depth move by the Yankees last year. Let's take a look at the exit velocity brought to you by Spectrum. And all 3 Yankee home runs. Rosario hits it up the middle, scoots into center field, a base hit. Rice will stop at third, and Ahmed Rosario has himself a 3-hit night.
Well, he's got some bat speed, and he's shown it. It's 109 miles an hour right here. He smokes the ball. There was a time when he was the #1 prospect in baseball. And you know what? When you watch him swing every now and then, you see why.
That is going to end the night for Avila. Royals go back to the pen. Yankees threatening once again.
Yankees are up 9. Steven Cruz, the new pitcher for the Royals. Guys, I am out in left center field in one of these signature areas of Kauffman Stadium, which opened in 1973, the Fountain area. And this ballpark is ageless, but the Royals earlier this season announced the location for their next ballpark. It's going to be located in Crown Center downtown Kansas City. And you talk to some Royal officials, they say what fans love most about Kauffman Stadium, the fountain area, the Crown scoreboard, some iteration of those 2 features, they're going to be enhanced and carried over into the new ballpark. And this is a site that is going to actually be larger than the Battery in Atlanta, where the Braves play. So it has the Battery beat by double digits in terms of acreage. They feel it's going to be one of the largest mixed-use areas in the nation in terms of sporting complexes, and they obviously want to get it right. They're hopeful of shovels going into the ground next year, and they're expecting to play in their new ballpark by either 2030 or 2031.
Really interesting stuff there, Shaq. Now I dare you to jump in. Go take a dip in the fountain.
Oh, I'm staying cool out here, Ryan. It's really nice and breezy.
Well, David, I'm thrilled to hear that they are going to take the Crown scoreboard and the fountains over to the new park, because they are just magnificent to look at. You were talking to me about this and the new site before the game today. Obviously, you know this area incredibly well.
It's fantastic news for Kansas Cityans to be able to keep the team local on the Missouri side. Hallmark Cards has been here forever. I mean, who hasn't heard of Hallmark Cards? It's a major industry here in Kansas City. The Hall family has that campus where their corporate headquarters are. There's 88 acres there. He got together with Mr. Sherman, the owner of the Royals, and they got a plan together, and that's what happens when 2 local philanthropists and local bred successful businessmen get together and come up with a plan, and it's just fantastic what it's going to be.
Coming in 2030 or 2031.
It's the perfect area. The skyline of downtown will be in the background. The problem with this stadium here, both stadiums, are gorgeous, but there's nothing around here. That, you know, there's nowhere to come early and stay late. You know, you just come to the games here.
And we've seen that's become such a key part of what the focus is for new stadiums. Back-to-back strikeouts there from Cruz to hold the Yankees at bay. Lime's in, play ball. Corona will be rewarding fans all season long with a chance to win trips to MLB's biggest moments. From the All-Star game to the postseason, when the Lime drops in, it's time for the first pitch, fresh air and sunshine. This is our playa. Corona with the lineman. It looks really appetizing here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 10-1 game. That's the kind of prop we would invite up in the booth.
A bucket full right here.
Enhance the broadcast a little bit.
Supporting our sponsor.
Just like the Ballantine Blast days, right?
That was great. Never had a Ballantine.
Yeah, me either.
I wish I would have.
The 0-2 to Witt. High and in from Cam. After Witt took him deep. Last time up.
That's what it looks like coming at you in your living room, right? Head high. Thankfully, it was on the plate.
The 1-2. He got him. Froze him with a 97-mile-an-hour sinker. And that time, Cam wins the battle. The 6th Yankee strikeout is brought to you by your local Tri-State Audi dealers.
Well, you're right. This is a two-seamer. Look at that movement at the end. Just shredding the outside corner. About 12 inches of horizontal movement on that 97-mile-an-hour two-seamer right to the outside corner.
One of the things, you see how tidy the pitch count has been for Cam. One of the things Aaron Boone was talking about when he was lauding Cam before the game was he said, you know, for him to have had this much success last year, the trip in the minors up to his major league success, and now this year, and despite that, for him to be willing to see adjustments he needs to make and even tweak his arsenal and adapt and evolve, said it's just so impressive to him for such a young pitcher.
I was impressed with his comments after his last game, his last start, where he really took accountability for letting that game get away in the inning. He really pitched well.
Yeah.
A couple of mistakes here and there, and they didn't score runs for him, but he really took it on himself. And to me, that was a great sign.
In the air to left, Bellinger racing back. Makes the catch, made it look easy for out number 2.
All great pitchers have that accountability gene to them, so to speak. Where they, you know, you give me a lead, I got a 1-run lead, this is my game. I'm going to hold that lead. Or if I don't get my job done, even if it's a 1-0 or 2-1 game, or the other guy beat me, and I take responsibility for that. He's got that. And you can't teach that. The responsibility that comes with that, an expectation.
The hands into left. Bellinger there. Another incredibly efficient inning for Cam Schlittler. Just 77 pitches through 6.
Well, tonight's injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. And Max Fried played catch yesterday, the first time since being shut down. So that's a bit of a mile mark, although he's not going to be ready for a bit. He has not begun to wrap up the intensity, and no need. No, you can't take a chance with this guy. He's too important. Make sure he's right before he comes back.
Top of the 7th inning. And the Yankees a 10-1 lead on Kansas City. Looking to lock down the series win tonight after taking the opener in a dramatic game yesterday. Anthony Volpe, the big 9th inning hit. And is this going to be it for Cam? Yeah, I think it's, hey, save some bullets.
I agree. You know,
yeah.
30 years ago, this is a game that, you know, maybe the starting pitcher would complete. Go ahead and save your bullpen. But in today's game, with the extra relievers down there, and plenty of guys that need the work. Save the bullets for Cam Schlittler. It's a 10-1 game right now.
77 pitches. And just another incredibly effective start from Cam. It's just, David, you just expect it every time out, and it's because he does it every time out.
Stays aggressive, challenges hitters, gets a lot of late swings. You know what Cam Schlittler gets a lot? He gets a lot of hitters looking at the scoreboard going, what was that? Was that the cutter? Was that a sinker? Was that a four-seamer? I mean, the subtlety of the movement on his pitches.
Wells down on strikes. Hey fans, Yankees games on Yes are streaming live on the Gotham Sports app, included for free with your eligible TV provider subscription. Download and sign into the Gotham Sports app now and check out all the great Yankees content, including pregame features, postgame sound, the award-winning kids show Bronx Buds, and much more. So Cruz has come in and struck out all 3 batters he's faced after the Yankees had just one collective strikeout tonight prior to his entering. Grisham has a couple of singles, fouls that away.
Just to put a bow on Cam Schlittler in his day, you know, his four-seam fastball, he threw 30 of them, 23 strikes, 77% rate. It all starts right there. Almost 8 out of 10 four-seamers are strikes. And then you mix in the cutters he has excellent command of. The sinker, he finishes hitters off with the sinker. Only threw one cutter that he got hurt on. That was a Bobby Witt Jr. home run. A lot of easy outs, a lot of easy pop-ups and fly-outs.
And he gets a little bit of a rest in the back end of this start after he threw 106 pitches. Season high tying last time out.
Threw 7 curveballs, 6 strikes with his curveball.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's a good one. He just really hasn't needed it all that much.
Grisham powers that. Deep right field. Caglione will watch it fly. Trent Grisham goes yard. His 7th home run of the season. His 3rd hit of the night. And the Yankees keep coming. It's 11-1.
That's a good way to get over the Mendoza line. Coming into that batting, his batting average was 199. Not any longer. You can see a little spin on that. Looked like a little cutter slider that just sped him up, allowed him to get the bat head out in front and launch.
Yankees a season high 17 hits tonight.
There's no cheap home runs in this ballpark. So if you're hitting them out of here, they're pretty much going out anywhere.
Judge has 2 hits and a walk tonight. An RBI. Every Yankee has been on base. Jazz the only Yankee without a hit tonight. He has walked and scored. And Judge will take the walk. Yankees return to Prime tomorrow to take on the Royals. Don't miss a minute of the Yankees. Beginning at 7, only on Prime. Garrett Cole will make his 2nd start back in that one. You wonder if it might be time to get Judge out. And looks like it is, as Schumann will run for Aaron Judge. You steal innings where you can with this guy.
You look at mile markers throughout the season. Aaron Judge, even though he walked there, that was came into that at-bat with 199 at-bats. So right around 200. You figure he's going to get well over 600 if he stays healthy. So you're looking at mile markers on the season.
He's on pace for another 50 home run season to be the first player in baseball history with 5 50 home run seasons if he can pull it off. So Schumann, the pinch runner. Now originally Aaron Boone had said he was planning to give Judge a day off here in Kansas City, but then with the rain out Saturday, that tweaked his thinking, and so now today you can give him at least a few innings off. 2 hits, 2 walks tonight for the captain, who has snapped out of his little funk where he was 0 for 15, 3 straight productive offensive games.
And Yankees with another off day Thursday, traveling to Sacramento.
That's right. And he's from Linden, not too far. Bellinger skies that to center. Isbell will track it down for the second out. I got a great breakfast spot for you in Sacramento. Forget if it's bacon and butter or butter and bacon, but that's the name. The order, I can't tell you. What I can tell you is you go there, you will have an incredibly delicious, indulgent breakfast.
Bacon and butter.
Bacon and butter.
Okay.
Or butter and bacon.
Well, Sacramento has my Kings. You know the Kings were here.
Yes. Bacon and butter.
It's Kansas City Kings. And really, my formative years, and I was a huge Kings fan.
So did your fandom travel to Sacramento then?
I'm still mad at Sacramento.
Yeah,
but yes, I still follow the Kings.
How about that? I mean, I know you follow hoops, David. I didn't realize the Kings were your team. But of course, it makes sense.
It actually, at one point, was the Kansas City Omaha Kings. They split the schedule with Omaha, Nebraska, which is probably why they moved to Sacramento. But
Tiny Archibald?
Nate Archibald was in his prime. He was something to watch back then. Scott Wedman, Sam Lacey.
Goldschmidt whacks that into right field. Another hit for Paul Goldschmidt. He has a multi at night. First and third now with 2 out.
Otis Birdsong.
Oh, yeah.
Goldschmidt, professional hitter. And yes, Cotton Fitzsimmons was the coach.
Went to a Western Conference Finals in '81.
My senior year of high school.
There's a lot going on in your sports world at that time.
Had an NHL team too, the Kansas City Scouts, that I saw growing up here. That didn't last too long. I think they actually ended up in New Jersey, I believe. Eventually.
Rice waves and misses. 3 hits on the night for Ben Rice. 2 runs, a ribby. That OPS almost up to 1,000. Have you been to the Kings' new arena, the Golden One Center in Sacramento?
No, I haven't.
Really nice. Of course, their head coach a couple years ago was Mike Brown, who led them back to the playoffs. Now he's leading the Knicks to the finals. The Kings have had a penchant for firing coaches who bring them success they haven't experienced in a long time, and then watching those coaches do great things other places. Michael Malone and now Mike Brown. Might want to rethink that process organizationally. The 3-2. Rice fouls that down the right field line.
I saw Kareem Abdul-Jabbar get in a fight with Sam Lacey one night at Kemper Arena.
Did you?
They went at it, and I was pretty close down because late the ushers would let you down. And Kareem said to Sam Lacey, he said, "You keep messing with me, I'm going to knock some of that ugly off your face." That was the line.
Man, you were close enough to read the lips yourself.
To this day, still the best line I think I've ever heard.
Rice, and he is on everything. Ninth pitch of the at-bat upcoming. And Rice chases there on a nasty cutter to end the inning. But Trent Grisham adds another run for the Yanks. The season high 18 hits for the Bombers tonight. It's 11-1 through 6.5.
Time for your Ford Studio Update. Bob and Jack with you, and that perfect blend of power arm and power bats for the Yankees tonight.
Yeah, 11 runs, 18 hits. 4 of those have been home runs, and the Yankees started early with a 4-run first inning against opener Bailey Falter. Bob, when a team is throwing an opener against you, they're trying to steal outs. The Yankees would not let the Royals do that. Meanwhile, Cam Schlittler piled up 18 outs. Another solid performance from him.
Talk about Schlittler, the offense, and more coming up on the postgame. We'll see you then, fellas.
All right, Bob, Jack, looking forward to that. 11-18-0 for the Yankees, 1-4-0 for the Royals. Cam Schlittler did his thing. Bailey Falter did not. Yankees with homers from Bellinger, Rosario, Volpe, and Grisham. And the Yankees a season high in hits. And yeah, right now, Ryan Yarbrough going to get some work because he could use it. And Schlittler was at 77 pitches. No need to push him any further. 1 pitch, 1 out here as Volpe tosses across. Schumann out in right field.
Schlittler threw 77 pitches, 52 strikes, no walks, 6 strikeouts.
The no walks is the thing, right? I mean, to have that kind of a power arm and that kind of control.
And that kind of guts, you know, here it is, hit it. A lot of the here it is, hit it. He's aiming down the middle. For him, what he's figured out, it's a race to get to 0-2. And for every pitcher, that should be the mission, really. Especially in today's game with this strike zone and the challenge system. Cam Schlittler, the theme all year long has been 0-1, 0-2.
Strike, 3-1. Now, after that first game against the Rays, Aaron Boone did say, hey, I felt like even though we didn't score a lot tonight, this felt a little different to me. It felt like our offense had good at bats, getting close. And now some clutch hitting the last 2 games and some tight games and a big breakout tonight as you feeling a whole lot better about the offense. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. How about Cam's pitches tonight? A lot in the zone there, David.
Yeah, it really is. Out of the 77, the 4 seamers led the way. He established that early, threw a lot of strikes with it, and then worked the cutter and the sinker off of that. The cutter in middle counts to get to 2 strikes, and then when he did get 2 strikes, he could use that sinker. Backdoor to righties. He got Bobby Witt looking after the home run with that backdoor sinker. He'll front door to lefties, off their front hip with that two-seamer. It's a great formula. Get ahead with the four-seamer, throw the cutter in the middle counts, and finish with the two-seamer.
Two 2-0 on Caglione. So you get that kind of start from Cam tonight, and then you get to throw Garrett Cole tomorrow. Pretty good.
Yeah, that's what that come from behind win set up the first game.
Yeah.
Volpe's big hit. You hold on, you come back, dramatic, and then you have a laugher today. You got Garrett Cole tomorrow.
Q to third. Rosario makes the play. Nicely done from Ahmed Rosario for out number 2. Take a look at the bullpen budget brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. And Yankees able to save the bullpen some tonight if Yarborough can navigate the rest of the way. Could give Cruz a second straight day. Duvall, maybe you want to get some work. The bullpen in pretty good shape, especially knowing an off day is coming on Thursday as well. Beautiful sky. Lee Cack 1-1. Garrett Cole trying to make sure he whips that barrel through the zone. Yeah.
He can hit a little bit in his Pittsburgh days. He went big fly at least once. I saw it. I never had a homer. Never in my whole career.
No.
Warning track power.
You hit lefty.
I hit lefty because my dad, Ed Cohn, made me. You taught me how to hit lefty.
Fly ball, shallow left center, and Grisham calls off Bellinger at the last moment for the final out of the 7th. Garrett getting ready for tomorrow. The Yankees with 2 innings left tonight. Come out to Yankee Stadium on Saturday night, June 6th for Military Appreciation Night when the Yankees take on the Red Sox. The first 18,000 guests in attendance will receive a Yankees red, white, and blue t-shirt courtesy of Ford. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. Yeah, nice little U.S. hat there. Top of the 8th inning. 11-18-0 for the Yankees, 1-4-0 for the Royals. Ryan Rucco, David Cohn, Justin Shackle with you, our entire Yes Network crew. We appreciate you hanging out with us on a Tuesday night. Garrett Cole tomorrow night on Prime in the series finale. Eli Morgan, no runs allowed his last 6 appearances. Rosario's had a huge night, 3 hits, a homer. Seven Yankees with multi-hit games tonight. Cam Schlittler started it, went 6 strong. Yankees decided no need to push him any further than that. Some changes defensively for Kansas City. Tolbert at short. Lofton at third. Massey at second. Marte in right. As Rosario rolls that to Tolbert. Hustling down the line, just got him one away. Caglione now at first. And there are all the changes. Caglione moving to first from right. Here is Jazz, the only Yankee not to join the party tonight, although he does have a walk and a run scored. Will he get that hit? You know, Kenny's watching saying, get that hit, Jazz.
Yeah, I mean, everybody else does. Actually, the Yankees have 3 hitters in their lineup with 3 hits each, and 4 hitters with 2 hits. A lot of hits.
A lot of hits. Season high, 18 hits. Chisholm slams that. Chisholm has entered the party. Might have found a trap door out there in right. His 6th home run of the year, and it's 12-1 Yanks.
Is an attitude adjustment. You put your head on your pillow tonight. The team got a great win, and you join the party.
Ken Singleton smiling.
He's the missing link in the middle of their offense. When he gets going, that offense, the lineup just lengthens so much.
And he started to really get going.
I mean, this team sort of, you know, over the last few years has had kind of that feeling of when Aaron Judge doesn't hit, they don't score. And that needs to change. And Jazz Chisholm's a big part of that in the middle of the order.
Last 11 games entering tonight, Jazz a .425 batting average, an OPS over 1100, and adds a home run tonight. Now every Yankee starter has a hit.
I mean, when you think about it, with Volpe, Caballero, and Jazz Chisholm in the lineup at one time, that gives them diversity in terms of speed, different ways to score runs.
Volpe is homered, single tonight, a couple of runs, a couple of ribbies. And Volpe whacks that into right center field. That'll roll to the wall. Anthony Volpe thinking about 3, but going to park it at second as Anthony Volpe has a 3-hit night. Hey, tonight on Yes, host Gracie Cashman sits down with former Yankee and current Yes analyst, our friend, our colleague Joe Girardi, for a deep dive into the numbers that defined his career. Watch a new episode of The Story of My Number, presented by the New York Lottery tonight, following Yankees coverage on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Love that show and looking forward to Joe's episode. Here's Austin Wells, a single in the 3rd. Vizcarra with 3 hits yesterday. 12-1 Yankees. And Wells gives the Yankees their 21st hit of the night. Volpe being waved home. He will score. Lucky 13 on the board for the Yanks. It's 13-1.
What'd you say about joining the party? Well, Wells already had a hit, but yeah, he needs more, and this is a feel-good at-bat for him. We talked before about the Royals and their history and Salvi Perez, and there's only 3 numbers that are retired. Eli Morgan's wearing number 34, which was a hero of mine growing up, a guy named Paul Splittorff, who wore number 34. I know I'm biased. I think his number should be up there too. I mean, he was that kind of a guy for the organization as well. So yeah, I mean, hey, it's a number. It's just a number. But when I see 34, I think Paul Splittorff.
You know who I think about with those teams, David? I think about Dennis Leonard, because he grew up in Island Park, Long Island, which is where my dad and his brothers are from, and my Uncle Joe was best friends with Dennis growing up. So they all played Little League together. So I grew up hearing stories about Dennis Leonard and those Yankees-Royals battles.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yes.
Love Leo.
Yes.
I actually wore his number 22 one year as a member of the Royals to honor him.
How about that? So he was a little inspiration for you too as a kid.
He was, absolutely. He's a great pitcher for the Royals.
3 times he won 20 games for them. Grisham. That one's gloved. Fired a second one back to first, and safe on the juggle. So Max Schumann will get it at bat here in the 8th.
You know who didn't like facing Paul Splittorff? Reggie Jackson. Did not like facing Paul Splittorff.
You got to get those numbers.
I think there was actually a playoff game in there where Reggie did not start because Splittorff was starting. Billy Martin sat him, and he came in and pinch hit that game, I believe, late. And ended up being a big part of that game late, but did not start because Splittorff was starting.
Schumann replaced Judge, who Yankees just decided to give a few innings off. Schumann got a late invitation to the party, but he could join it here too. Reggie helped spark a comeback, game 5, 77 late.
Off the bench.
Off the bench.
Can you imagine how that conversation went before the game? Billy Martin calling in Reggie saying you're not in the lineup in a playoff game.
I can imagine how that went, yeah. And Reggie actually, against Splittorff, 101 plate appearances, 274.
Not bad.
3 homers. And in the playoffs, 3 for 9 with a homer. So he had an argument against Billy. I'm guessing there was quite a few Ks in there. Caballero on deck to hit for Bellinger. Tipped into the glove, 3-2. Yankees with 21 hits tonight. Most they've had in over a year. May 24th last season at Colorado. The 3-2 is high and in ball 4, and Schumann is on. And so Caballero will get an at bat here in the 8th.
Schumann's done a nice job since he's been here. You know, you didn't know what you were going to get, but can play everywhere on the field. He's made a good impression while he's been here in the time that he's had.
Now, should the Yankees get one more hit, they have not had 22 since July 6th of 2022 at Pittsburgh. No 1 on Caballero. One and 2 on Caballero. 2 on, 2 out. Caballero. It's a 1-hopper to third. Lofton will win the race to the bag, and that will end the top of the 8th. But Jazz Chisholm, he was the lone Yankee starter, not in the party. Oh, he's dancing now. It's 13-1 Bombers into the bottom of the 8th. Friday on Yes, the Yankees head west to kick off a weekend set with the A's. Extended coverage starts at 7:30 with 2 full hours of pregame leading up to first pitch at 9:40 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app.
When's Vegas going to be ready?
You've been waiting for that, huh? Bacon and butter not enough to keep you there?
Bacon and butter's okay.
The memories of your Kansas City Kings, okay.
All good, but viva Las Vegas.
Yeah, I hear you.
Kind of anxious to see what that stadium looks like.
Yeah.
When it's done.
2028.
They might be really good by then. They're kind of good right now.
Yeah. It really does feel like Austin Wells takes a beating back there. We know every catcher does to a certain degree, but it just feels like it's beyond the norm for Austin Wells. Oh, and 2. Another one coming to his belt. Chop back to the mound. Yarborough pats, fires, 1 down. You know, the other night you were getting on me for slipping the shoes off mid-game. I noticed though tonight you and I are both going the sockless approach. So I'll be keeping the shoes on. Don't worry.
No, you can take them off. It's all right.
No. I won't subject you to that. I know it's 13-1. It's getting a little late, but I just want you to know that is a bridge too far. Sockless and shoeless, that I wouldn't do to you. Shoeless with socks, you already experienced it the other night at the stadium. Fly ball, left field. Caballero makes the catch. 2 down. Hey, fans, after the final out, get highlights, analysis, clubhouse interviews, and hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. All coming up on the WB Mason Yankees postgame. Just as felt like the Yankees needed a game like this, David. Just even though they had a couple really important tight wins lately, a game where they can exhale a little bit.
Comes at the expense of the Royals. What is this, 12 in a row now? That's a losing streak that is compounding. You can see a manager like that just wearing a game like this. That look tells you everything you need to know. And also a manager who's probably feeling some heat right now as well. They lost a couple of the front end starters and their closer. So their pitching staff has been decimated.
This would be 12 of their last 16 that they've lost. Yeah.
Against the Yankees, they haven't won in a long time.
Yeah. Right, those numbers you're talking about, David, are, I mean, it's astonishing when you look at some of the history for the Yankees' dominance against Kansas City. This would be a 13th straight if you include the playoffs, as Jazz fires to first and ends the 8th. To the 9th inning we go. All right, here's the answer to Name That Yankee, brought to you by Prevagen.
Country Breakfast, Billy
Butler. Yes, all right. Totally forget that he had that moment with the Yankees.
It was about a moment. That's about all it was with the Yankees. He had a prominent career with the Royals. He could hit. One of the best. Didn't really have a position to play, but he could hit. DH.
Going back at
Had
the
some
wall,
pop.
and that is gone.
Gap to gap. Tough out.
Didn't he just miss their championship too? I feel like he was in Oakland in 15. So he went in 14 when the Giants won in 7 against the Royals. Well, position player pitching, and Goldschmidt hits it hard, but is out on the snare from Caglione as Tolbert gets the out. He did well in those 12 games for the Yankees. Had a huge year in 2012. Here's Ben Rice looking for a 4th hit. Boy, that is. Did our radar not even pick that up? I think it was 47 miles an hour. 44. Second career pitching appearance for Tolbert. That is slow pitch softball.
That was a strike. That was a strike. You know, when you get so much arc on it, that when the catcher catches it low, it actually crossed right over the plate in the zone.
Rice works the walk. If you're Ben Rice, you're probably like, had to walk in that?
Ben Rice wanted no part of any of that.
Yeah.
I'll just take the walk.
And no ABS here with the position player pitching. Here's Rosario, who has 3 hits tonight, including a 2-run homer. Also a couple of singles. And he smokes that, just foul. It's like he throws nothing but eephus pitches. Call back to El Duque. Oh yeah. 44 right over the heart of the plate.
He's getting squeezed a little bit out there.
He had a little more velocity there. Cooked it up to 47. 3-2. Rosario is like, I'm not taking a walk here. Whacks that into the seats. Still 3-2.
That's a slow pitch softball right there. Sunday Beer League.
I mean, that's got to be an interesting adjustment for these hitters. They're shaving 45 to 50 miles an hour off. Rosario drives that to right field. That ball is gone. Hits off the top of the wall and gets out. Second home run of the night for Ahmed Rosario. Big smile on his face as he pumps the right fist. And a 4-hit night for Rosario. And the Yankees, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Their 22nd hit of the night here in Kansas City.
Well, at the end of the year, is anybody going to remember that came off a pitcher on his total?
Nope. It was off an ace in the box score.
Another look. And the other way, of all things. He's been pulling them, yanking them foul right and left, and then, okay, let me let that one travel.
Jazz with another hit. His second of the night. And the New York Yankees have made history. The first time in franchise history that all 9 starters have at least 2 hits.
Double Dutch bus coming down the street. 15 runs, 23 hits.
Volpe has 3 of them. And look at that. You know what word our friend and colleague Michael Kay would use? Softic to describe those bloated numbers. Wow. That gets deflected off of Tolbert. Nearly turns into a double play. Volpe is safe. And Wells will get an AB.
It's all fun and games until you take a line drive back at you, but he got out of the way. So good job of being ready and moving quickly.
We like to say the phrase, you come to the ballpark, you see something you've never seen before. Well, today you actually did. For the first time in Yankees history, all 9 starters with multi-hit games. There was a historic swing from Jazz Chisholm Jr. As Wells pokes one into left. That's a 3rd hit tonight for Austin Wells. And a 24th hit for the Yankees.
What's the Dick Vitale line? Stat sheet stuffer? Is that it?
Yes.
They've got a whole lineup. Got a whole lineup of stat sheet stuffers.
Man. 3 hits for Grisham, 2 for Judge, 2 for Bellinger, 2 for Goldschmidt, 3 for Rice, 4 for Rosario. And now Grisham will sky out. But the Yankees doing a lot of damage tonight. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by the New York Lottery. Play today and start imagining your win. By Hyundai. Hyundai gives you America's best warranty on every new vehicle. Visit Hyundai.com for more information. And by Optimum Fiber. Famously fast fiber internet. Oh, some Kansas City and New York legends taking us into the bottom of the 9th here at Kauffman. Whitey from New York, you from right here. And we saw Independence, Missouri's own Harry Truman. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Hit in the air, deep right. Schumann back with room, 1 down. How about D-Wood Clinton High School for Nate Archibald? And Harry S. Truman High School in the Bronx for Rod Strickland. A couple of Bronx legends right there.
That picture of Nate Archibald right there, that was right in his prime. He was awesome. I watched him drop 50 one night at Kemper. It was unbelievable.
Led the league in points and assists. By the way, this night is lending itself to a lot of interesting nuggets. First time the Yankees have had 24 hits since July 30th of 2011 against Baltimore. So it's been 15 years. How about Tiny Archibald is the only player to lead the league in scoring and assists same season. Joker's gotten pretty close, but hasn't pulled it off. Joker led the league in assists and rebounding in 25 and 25-26 season. This season. Tapped, foul. This feels like the kind of game, David, that there'll be even more little statistical nuggets of gold that are dug up between the end of this one tonight and first pitch tomorrow.
Post-game spread will taste very nice in that visitors clubhouse tonight.
Rolled, fair, backhanded Rosario. Oh, what a nice play from Ahmed Rosario for the second out of the ninth.
All in one motion. On the money. I mean, there's no hesitating. You got to pick it and throw it all at the same time almost, or simultaneously.
2 outs, bottom of the ninth, 15-1 Yankees lead it. Yankees are 56-18 against the Royals since 2015, if you include the 24 ALDS. And this will be their 21st win in their last 22 games against the Royals in the regular season. Should go 21-1 over a 22-game stretch. It will be a 13th straight. And since 1995, it'll be their 60th series win against Kansas City, to just 10 series losses and 8 series ties. The 2-2. Drive left center, that will get down for a base hit. Caballero cut it off beautifully, but that will be a double for Jensen. And here's Lane Thomas. Tap back to the mound. Yarborough gloves, falls, tosses, nearly in time. As Thomas just beat it. Aaron Boone wants to make sure Yarborough's okay. And Yarborough says, yes, I am.
More like a spike got caught in the ground.
Yeah.
As opposed to a slip. Sometimes you go to plant, your spike's catching in the turf. Kind of lost his footing. Another look. He's got it. Easy, you got to turn and burn. And you see that when he planted that his left foot, it just kind of caught it.
Swing and a miss from Caglione. Cam Schlittler started it, went 6 very effective, very efficient innings. Yarborough came on in the 7th and 1 out away from closing it down. Tapped Wickley, back to Yarborough. This one easier footing, and that is the ball game. The Yankees shellacked the Royals 15-1 and have won 13 consecutive games against Kansas City.
Yeah, I mean, this was, as you said, Ryan, just a shellacking on all levels. Cam Schlittler was dominant on the mound. Once again, similar formula, very efficient, strike throwing, owning the strike zone. And the Yankees, top to bottom, everybody showed up. Everybody got paid.
Their best offensive performance in a long time. 24 hits, their most in 15 years. And the first time in Yankees history that all 9 starters have recorded at least 2 hits in the same game. We'll be back to dole out the awards and wrap things up in a moment. Yankees win it 15-1 at Kauffman.